Now, when it comes to the growing popularity of ASIM games, which there are so freaking many, which one of them is the most overrated? Now, a good example would be Die of Death. Many people hate on this game because of the map being unfair, the killers being unfair, and you not being able to play as a killer because you're getting killed.
I got this! Enrique!
Outcome memories for the maps being bad and not being able to play the killer and getting bullied. But those aren't the games we'll be talking about. We'll be talking about mostly a little game called Doom by Fate. Now, if you have no idea what this game is, this is like an ASIM, it's another ASIM game, because that's all there is in one place. It's an ASIM game, which has some unique features on it sometimes, but also is kind of bad. I'm not going to say anything too negative in the intro, but you can hear my opinions later on. Now, the thing is about this game is it was so glazed. Like, there was not a single person not talking about how this game was a quote-unquote Forsaken killer. I don't know how I don't know how this game got. I'm not saying anything good about Forsaken. I play Forsaken sometimes, but I'm not saying it's like the greatest game of all time. Now, when it comes to comparing these two and saying that, I just don't see it. Now, I know there's 2 other videos about this. I know I'm late. I can explain why later in the end of the video. I wouldn't explain it here. But warning for anyone, if you don't like my opinion, you don't have to take it. These are all my opinions, opinion-based. And some of the perspectives will be for new players, so keep in mind that. And if you don't like any of my opinions, please subscribe. It does so bad. It's so bad for me. If you hate me so much, please subscribe. It does such terrible, heinous crimes against me. Anyways, I'm going to keep it short, and let's just get into the video. Now for characters, there's 10 selectable characters, 5 being killers and 5 being survivors. I'll talk about the killers first. I'll go in order, good and bad, so I'll talk about the good stuff and the bad things about them, and the same will be for survivors. Now, the killers, there's not much to say about them. I really like the design of most of them, and their animations are really flawless. Like, I don't see too many bugs, and by bugs I mean like you kill someone and you like fling them, or the animation just glitches a little bit and doesn't add up to what you're doing. Which, honestly, I'm not saying is really a bad thing, but the animations are smooth and everything. Now, out of all 5 of these characters, which one would you think would be the best? Now, the ones that take a lot of more time to purchase, or the free one that you get? It's the free one. Now, for some reason, they made Cool Kid one of the easiest characters to ever win with, considering that he has almost 4 different abilities to his disposal. Now, he has a speed boost, which makes you run for a short amount of time and shows you where everyone's at. Now, you're saying to yourself, that's not very good. Why are you even talking about that? Now, that's not really the good part of him. He has a combo, which, if you know anything about combos in ASIM games, they're not fun to go against.
I'm dying. Help me.
And for some reason, this character has one of the greatest ones. Now, he has an E and an R. An E is basically a slowness move, which makes it so you can't really run away from him if he decides to just start beating on you. But you can also combo it with R, making it so you can guaranteed hit the R. Now, the R does 45 damage, and the E does 10 damage. Now, if you do the math, that's 55 damage. That's half your HP for him hitting 2 moves that are basically kind of easy to hit. And to add the cherry on the top, if he hits you with his other attack, which is Q, it does 30 damage. You basically are useless against him. He will find you, and even if you can stamina manage him, he always has that speed hack, which literally allows him to just fly over to you at Mach 10. Otherwise, to be honest with you, having a beginner character overpowered is good, considering that for new players, this is going to be their first time playing this killer, and you don't want them to have a very shitty character as their first player. But honestly, this just feels overkill when it comes to it. Now, survivors, there's not much to also talk about them, considering that they're just all survivors. Now, the best one out of them all is Soldier, my personal opinion on that one. But Soldier has a gun, which is decently far range, which is pretty good. He also has a block or a parry. You have to block 3 times for him to do something with it. But honestly, I think that's good. Now, with the most unique move I've ever seen out of every ASIM game, which honestly is really good on paper, is a carry move. Now, Soldier can pick up anyone, any of your teammates, by basically clicking it, and your teammates can come over and hold E to click, get a right from you. But the thing is that it's really good if you want to help your teammates. Everything's on cooldown. You can just run over and pick them up and take them away.
Don't do it. You learn now. Chill. Wait, I think. Wait. Go!
No. Oh wait! What? Run! If you can't, run. Run.
Now, the only bad thing is that the support character is really bad. Now, for some reason, he has one of the worst support moves I've ever seen. He has Hat Trap, which is basically a good example would be Artful's Trap, but if Artful's Trap was one hit. Now, the problem with this is that every time you use it, you'll always be sent back for some reason, which for a move that literally has 1 HP and barely has any range on it, you think that it would have a lot more than 1 HP, considering that, like, this is probably going to be the most tactical thing that you have in your arsenal of moves. Because me personally, I would like to have it in a very tactical spot rather than me doing a backflip Sukuna bullshit to place this thing.
Got you, dumbass.
He also has Banana Trap, which is pretty good. He can place 2 of them, and he can basically block off an entire path if he's really lucky with it. And he also has a counter with it. I'm pretty sure you have to use it right as the killer attacks you, which stuns the killer for 2 seconds, which is kind of hard to do, and you'll never know as a new player unless you look at the wiki. He also has another move, which is Pi, which just slows down the killer and for 2 seconds. For some reason, they also made him move forward, which I don't understand why he needs to be moving forward in every single attack. I feel like he just should stand still, considering that he is basically a trapper, and he needs those tactical spots to place traps. Now, all the bad stuff out of the way, they actually did something cool with the very beginning character. They made him so he can actually defend himself. He has a flashlight, which, if you have never played Dead by Daylight, this basically blinds the killer, making it so you literally can't see Ashwin. He also has a pizza ability, which heals him for 20, which is really good considering that most new players are more than likely going to get hit by like 14 things and then have to run away and probably find someone to heal them. But this allows them to actually heal by themselves. He also has Tracker, which is pretty dumb. Never use this move if you're brand new and trying to use Noob or Bacon. It's completely garbage. Otherwise, there's not much about killers. They're just kind of alright, and survivors are decently well as well. But if you want to have an easy round as killer, play Cool Kid because of his moves being basically impossible to counter. And if you want to be a good survivor, Brawler and Soldier are pretty good actually. Otherwise, let's just move on to the next part. Now, when it comes to the maps, they're pretty bad. There's not much to say about them, considering that I feel like most of the time the maps just get absolutely dog-walked is because of the FOV in this game. The FOV in this game is so garbage, like you can barely see half your screen sometimes. Even getting hit makes you zoom in 14 feet, especially using like attacks and everything, which makes it harder to see. I think the worst one is Rampage Ship because like there's an entire bottom section no one uses. Like, what's the purpose of that? And the design on all the maps are good. I'm not saying that they're bad. I just don't feel like they fit or even like are remotely good for an ASIM game. Neighborhood is literally just one of the biggest maps I've seen compared to like break-in and steal stuff. But this map is large and open and vast, and there's not a lot of opportunities for survivors to necessarily get away from the killer if he just decides that he just wants to tear your head off. I think the best one would be Camp Lakewood, considering that it's just it is open, but it's not as open as like Neighborhood, and it's not as compact as Rampage Ship. Now, I don't know what to say about these maps. They're alright. They're not even alright, honestly. They're pretty bad. I'm not gonna even say anything more about them. I just don't really like the maps in this game, so. Now, I'll combine gameplay and music together just to make it a little bit more simpler, and they're basically the same thing. Now for gameplay, it's basically kind of like Forsaken. All you have to do is just survive, and there's generators around the maps. The generators in this game are terrible. I actually hate these ones as well. I don't understand why they have to be so different. Like, I get it, they didn't want to copy Forsaken, but me having to pull that lever down, that is so annoying. Like, I could have just done the Connect 4 crap, like the Among Us stuff, and that would have been perfectly fine. I feel like, though, the killers in this game are way too overpowered. It's very hard to win as survivors unless you have, like, a full server or your team is, like, stacked and, like, can all collectively think together as one single person. Other than that, there's not much for gameplay. The FOV sucks as well. I don't really enjoy the FOV. That's actually the most thing I hate about the FOV is it's just so zoomed in. So I hope they change that in later updates and stuff like that. For the music though, holy shit! I mean, it's like playing UOC or UFS for the first time. Like the music is just so freaking tough. I mean, the killer for the Cool Kids music is so fucking tough. I love that music. Like I love it so much. And I feel like the audio in this game, they were cooking. Like there was not a single miss when they were doing the song. Like even the killers that I don't necessarily like Jeff the Killer, has a decent theme song, and even Rampage does have a decent one too. And I actually enjoy them. I don't hate them. For the conclusion of this though, it's a good, decent, okay game. I definitely, if you wanted to play an ASIM game like this, you could just settle with Forsaken. If you don't like Forsaken, play Die of Death. I mean, I personally, no glazing at all. Like, I would never glaze Die of Death. But Die of Death is a good game. And I actually enjoy that game. Maybe even try out Outcome Memories if you want. I mean, yeah. But this game is alright. It's not really that good. And I don't think it did deserve the glaze it got. Even when I first initially did play the game, I didn't think it deserved as much glaze as it was getting. I never saw it ever to be good. But hey, those are my opinions. You can take and do whatever you want with them. I'm just gonna end it off here because I need to get this video out because I've been procrastinating too much and I kind of want some free time. So I will have a new video, and I don't know how long, but I will have a new video pretty soon. It won't be a month. Anyways, have a good day, and hope you're doing well. See ya.